Uh, Hello, everyone. My name is Ellen Campbell, and let me get this adjusted a little bit. I am working here with my Accuquilt Die cutting system, and I'm cutting some squares, 4.5 inch squares, 4.5, and I'm just cutting out 100 so I can pair them with this 100 here I have. So I'm creating them in hundreds and I'm putting them in little bundles so I can put them together as a little kit or something and put it on my shelf somewhere. Trying to organize some of my fabric and stuff. That's what it is. And I'm only cutting 4 to 6 layers of fabric at a time. I'm not putting any more in there because, ooh, lost my pen. I pick it up. So I press down and I slide it to the side and I pick up all of this here leftovers. A lot of leftover, right? I'm not throwing this away. I have a bag. I'm putting it in because I trim these up and cut them up and use them as crumb pieces or cut pieces and put them into like the log cabin block quilt. You don't throw it away. You recycle. And I'm gonna show this one to you. I'm using my old what they call this? The old value die. The small old value die that come with your kit when you buy the Go machine. And right here on this 2.5 inch block, can you see my blade is a little warped in there? It's warped because I was cutting a little bit more fabric than I supposed to been cutting. It said use 6 layers. Use your 6 layers. Don't go over because you'll wind up spending money you don't want to spend. The triangle blocks and this 4.5 inch block, this a 2.5 inch with the triangles once they sewn together, but they are still good, and I'm using them according to the rules of cutting. And meanwhile, I purchased a new one, which is my new one, and I'm saving it because I got a lot of fabric I need to do something with, and I'll be using this to cut fabric. I have my 2.5 inch square block back. So I put that back over here. I keep it in I guess that's a file folder holder or something, but that's where I'll keep it. Oh, let me check my messages. Hi, Memoir of a Long Arm Quilter, and hello, Mary. How you doing? I'm glad y'all could join me. I'm just cutting fabric. I've got fabric I need to storage properly. So I'm trying to cut as much as I can to get it stored. All of it is not going to fit on this machine. So that one creates 2. And this one as well will create 2 blocks. I'm trying to put it on here where the excess fabric that will be left, I can still use it. And this is not a cotton fabric. It's more like a, I don't know, poly blend or something. But it's very beautiful. And I got a whole blue, I don't know, can y'all? No. I'm going to tilt it a minute. Can y'all see this little blue container right here? I have that container full of blue jean fabric, and I have some more that I have to put with the batch, and I'm trying to organize and straighten it up in my sewing space because I like being down here, and I be here like a long hours and hours. So if I can get it straightened out, I'm going to be very happy. Maybe I get it straightened out and get my fabric put away and store it proper. Then I can maybe do a little painting. But I was also want to remind everyone to please share my video. If you see something you like, give me the thumbs up. I appreciate it. But I'm requesting and asking that y'all please share, because this holiday season, I plan to do a large giveaway for Christmas, the holiday of Christmas. And I want to make sure I can get everyone in that will be interested in winning an item like this. But what I'm doing is I'm taking a large steamer's trunk and converting it into a sewing box. And inside the sewing box, it's going to be filled with all kind of goodies. All kind of goodies. And I listed that in the description of this video. And I also left a message for if anybody wanted to contribute anything or, pay something forward into this to make it even more greater. I put my address in that description so you can just mail it, just send it. You don't have to. I'm not asking, but if you want to, it's open so you can make the choice. I haven't got it designed out just yet, but it's a large steamer's trunk, and I have a wood shop in my area where I live, and I was thinking of taking it there, let them design it out so everything will be nice. But I can do it myself as well if I just go get me the mouse sander and the jigsaw. A jigsaw and a mouse sander. Then I can cut my own plywood and put it in there. I even want to put a space in there for a sewing machine. So you can put your whole sewing machine in there and maybe add some fabric around it so it won't be flopping around in there. It's going to be nice. I'm going to paint the inside and the outside of the trunk. And I'm trying to put some of everything in there I can think of. Fabric, threads, scissors, just whatever I can get. And I'm starting now because by the time Christmas get here, I want it to already be ready. I cut my fabric so I can fold it and put enough on here so I can get the 2 4.5-inch squares. And I can put at least 3 of these on here to cut 6. So long as I'm following the rules, I'm hoping everything turn out nicely. Put one more on here. And it'll give me my 6 blocks cut out at one time. And I just beg you, don't go over your 6. Please don't go over your 6. Tear your die blades up. And these things are not cheap. If you catch a good deal, that's nice. And I always refer everyone to go to T Quilt's video here on YouTube, because she has a link. She's affiliated with them, and you can use her link to purchase you a die system and more dies, and it would help her out. Mira said, ha ha ha, I have a Go Baby that I bought on sale when they were discontinuing, but I never used it. It's good to know about not cutting more than you're supposed to. Yes, it is. Because I have watched a video where some people will cut up to 10 layers on their die cutter. And it's working. You can do it. You can probably get away with 1 or 2 cuts. But I'm going to tell you from the get-go, I don't recommend that, because once you whop your blades, you got to buy a whole brand new die. You can't use that blade anymore. You try to use it and cut your fabric, it mess up. It leaves it half uncut. Then you have to take your scissors and try to trim it or cut it straight, and that's impossible. I done tried. I'm sorry if it feel like I'm yelling. I do have some hearing issues, so y'all forgive me if it sound like I'm hollering, because I go to doing stuff, I get excited, and when I get excited, my voice go up. So I do apologize for that. I was to get some hearing aid, but they said I have to have a deposit, an application fee or something like that. And I don't have the application fee, so I'm just going to work towards it. I want to show y'all another thing I do on my dies too. I don't know, is this a good thing or bad thing, but this leftover debris on my die, and you get threads all in the cracks. I brush, try to get it off with my hand, and that, it don't want to come off. But the left off that don't comes off, I have a larger brush, but I just take this brush, take these bristle brushes, and just brush out the seams. You get all this thread that'll pop up out of it. Just brush it off, because if you try to put anything else in there, you would get these little metal teeth showing. See where you kind of clean it out and you see that metal blade? Those blades are sharp. So if you just let the foam stay there, you don't want it to push back the foam like it. I done use that a lot. Take the brush and just wiggle it in there. It'll get the thread out. And your next cut will cut even more better. Ooh, let me check my messages just a minute. Mary Ellen, are you doing tees and Kevin sew alone? I'm stuck in picking out fabric. Yes, I am. I'm doing that sew alone. A matter of fact, I have been doing a little cutting for that, but I didn't want to get too far ahead of myself. And I'm going patriotic. I'm using Patriotic Fabric. And I already have it picked out. I have it's some more other than this, but let me show you. I got it laying over here. I'm using Emmy and Mila 2 yards bundles. I have purchased these when I was living in Mississippi, and I never used them because I was always busy and doing stuff. Now I done found somewhere to live and settle down. I have 2 yards of this explosion. I have 2 yards of this white with silver stars. And I have 2 yards of this beautiful white with red, white, and blue. And I have a whole bundle of fat quarters here that I set aside as well. Ooh, I'm missing comments. Let me see. Okay. Memoir long arm quilter. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you letting me know because I do get excited and my voice will tend to go up. She was letting me know I sound okay. Um, you can. Oh, Stephanie. Okay, remember I said call her Stephanie. I will if I can remember that. Mary says hi, Stephanie. I'm Mary. Oh, okay. Uh, okay. Yes. I can sit here all day and just slice up fabric. I have fabric and totes and stuff all above me. I have some in yardage where I've been thinking about just cutting them up in fat quarters, but I said no. I like cutting out my own binding, so I might need some for binding. And I measure this plate, or you can measure the oh, look at there. You can measure the cutting mat and just cut your strips in the width of the cutting mat, and you know you're gonna cover that block. You're gonna have little scraps left, but you long as you cover this mat size, you'll cover the block. So that's kind of how I've been doing it too. And I'm making sure I don't put no more than 6 on this thing, y'all. I thought I was having fun just cutting away. Yep, and ran into some cuts and whopped my fabric. When it come down to me cutting the blue jean, I ain't gonna cut no more than maybe 2 because the fabric of the blue jean is heavier and thicker, more dense. So I cut 2 at one time. I'll be doing good doing that. And this extra fabric that's hanging over, I don't even worry about it. Let it hang on over because it go right through this die. I make sure it don't fold back on me. Long as it don't fold back on me and cause the machine to apply more pressure than it need. Long as it goes through straight, I'm good. And I'm trying to get up to 100 cut for now. And I will tie them in the bundle. As I showed y'all before, I have cut this bundle of 100s already. It's a blue. And I'm going to use them. If I live and nothing happen, I'm going to use them. So I'm cutting 100 of those and 100 of these. So, ooh-wee, I don't like this ravel on it. I trim it away into my bag. Let it just drop in the bag. But once I get 100 of these, I will tie them off. They be beautiful cuts of 100s, squares. Did I cut? Had to check and make sure I cut it. And these leftovers, look at that. This long enough to put in something. Look at that. I could put that in a log cabin. Add or trim down or something. See? I ain't throwing it away. Once I can get my big stuff organized, then I'll start organize that for strips. I like doing my little crumb quilting, little crumb blocks. Let me see. I have a couple over here. Little crumb blocks I make. And I'm going to get around to making that video for the, I'm going to do some starch. I have to make me some starch because it seems like when I make my own starch, I spread on these fabrics, these blocks. And, oh, I got this here too. This is a nice little crumb. Well, this is a postage stamp 1.5-inch strips that I made into a 1-inch blocks. And I have this hanging behind me on one of my racks I supposed to have been put on the wall. But, oh, I'm down very low. You know what? I could do this way. Let me check my messages right quick. Hi, Vivian. I'm glad you can join me. Okay. Okay, they're talking to someone else. These die cutting machine is well worth the money. It's worth the money to me because I'm older and I have arthritis and I had surgery on this wrist here. I can use my hand, but I don't have the strength I used to have. So this works good for me. I just check in here to make sure I'm covering the block. And once I'm covering it, those are my last two. I'll just go ahead and line this up. These cutting mats last a long time, but they will wear it out eventually. So I'm going to have to get me some more mats. I love to use this thing. I haven't been using it in a while since I had got sick and had COVID, and I had planned to get down here to get my sewing quarters straight. I still got stuff I have totes back here. Everything looked like it kind of throwed up because I have a lot of stuff I found in my local thrift shop. And I just set it back there, and there's some of the stuff I'm cutting now. So when I can get it all cut up, I would, I'm probably going to put it in a box or something till I figure out how I want to store it. Put it in a tote. Because this is my basement, you guys. And you know basements can get kind of damp. To me, it have a little damp feeling. And I want to paint it, but when I paint it, I want to mix something into my paint that gives off an aroma, a good smell. And I want to just blend it right on in and paint all the walls with it. I thought about doing something about the opening of the ceiling for the basement, but I'm not going to bother that because I'm renting. I'm just going to leave it open and try to clean it up a little bit. And once, if I can get it like I want to, I may just go on and stay here, but I had planned to move next year, maybe live and nothing happen, because I have so many flights of stairs. I have 2 flights of stairs I have to go up. My basement flight, and then the flight for my bathroom and my bedrooms. This is a townhouse, but you have to go upstairs. That upstairs don't agree with me. Ooh, I got bundles of this stuff to cut up. I think I was taken from this smaller roll. Is this one already out? Nope. Let me put this big roll back in here. Who knows? I might can cut enough for a kit to put some of this into the sewing box that I'm going to be creating for the Christmas holiday. And I'm praying and hoping that I can get so many to sign up so they can participate and get into that drawing when I start. And I'm not going to open it until maybe December 3rd or 4th. I'll start collecting the names, and then I will do the drawing. I would probably do the drawing early in December, like maybe the 12th or something like that, because I want to be able to ship it before it get too late to ship. I want them to have it for Christmas Day, whoever the winner might be. Okay. Okay, I have 2 bundles. Lay that one back. This might be just a long strip. I bet this will quilt up so pretty. Long, long, long strips. Okay, this is one whole strip. Okay. Since these are smaller, I'm going to take this and cut. Now, lay it on my lap so I can see what I'm doing, and turn this upside down. Since it's not wide enough for me to cut 2, I just cut them one by one. One by one, so I can get them on here to get these blocks cut out. I thought about cutting them and fill up a shoebox, but I'll see. I'm just sitting and cutting. I don't really have access for my table just yet to cut from my table. You know what? I got a better idea. Let's see. I think that's when I go to messing up, when I try to cut too many. It don't matter if it's on the right side or the wrong side. I'm just gonna cut. I know I can get one block out of it. I I don't know. I don't want to try a trifold, but that would help me get my little 6 layers, wouldn't it? One, that's 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6. Mm-hmm. Try the trifold. Uh, Take a pen. Let that pen hold it there. Try it again. 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oops. Ooh. I want it correctly. I think I could do better. I stick a pen in them. I remove the pen when I go to cut it with the die. And that'll give me my 6. Okay. That gonna leave me cutting it with 2 because the width has changed. I'm just doing some rough cutting, not measuring, not just make sure it's big enough to fit the area. And you know what? If I cut that, I'm going to lose. So I'm going to let that stay like that. And I can cut that later. Put that back on that side. It ain't going to let me cut like that. Okay, that's 2. Three, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm putting the fabric through. so it won't ball up and create more pressure. And bring it back to me. And I'm dropping. I'm making a huge mess, y'all. I done lost my scissors. They down here underneath me. Turn it around. Ooh, lift off. Check my messages right quick. Okay, everyone talking to others. These Accuquilts is good to have. The reason I decided to go on and get one, I thought about. I'm like, I'm cutting by scissors. I was cutting by scissors and rotary blade on the mat, and I'm like, even with the rotary blade and the mat, I would have to stack so many layers up to cut 6. And other than that, I will be cutting in like one by one, or I would be cutting where it would I be wanting the accurate fit. So I said this would be a good thing to have because I can cut out the fabric, rough cut it roughly, and put it on the die, run the die through the machine, and I will have what I want. And it ain't no way you're gonna miscut unless there's something wrong with the die. I got all these extra strings hanging. This is not cotton fabric, you guys. This is like a polyester or something. But I like it. It's so pretty. I guess the print is what drawed me. It's so pretty. And it'll go with the blue that I already have cut out. Okay. I have 2 here. Oh, oh no. I'm losing all my little stuff underneath. I can wait on that, but I cut these 3. Cut these 3 and gonna move to my 6 layers. That's the fun part about it. I can cut whatever I want. Only into the 4.5-inch blocks and the 2.5-inch squares and the triangles. When they cut and done, they be 2.5 inch as well. I can sit down here all day and do this. When I get tired of doing it like this, I can go to my mat and rotary cutter. Just have a ball. In other words, there ain't no bored day. No boring day. I got something I can be doing. And it's just me by myself that do the sewing, and I gotta start somewhere if I'm gonna get it cut up so I can make a quilt. I have a lot of quilt tops done, and I got one I got to mail off. I haven't mailed it off yet. I was sending I forget stuff. I'm sorry, I forget stuff, y'all. Ever since I caught this COVID, I forget stuff that I know that I know. And it's been kind of hard on me because I will forget stuff if I don't write it down, and I don't have space to write right now. Mm. Ooh, excuse me. Got me a little lemonade. My daughter done hooked me up on some oh, some strawberry limeade. It's so good. I like it. Put that back over there. Now I'm going to start my 6 blocks cut. Start my 6 blocks cut. And trying to place it so all the layers still be on top of one another. But I want to make sure I cover that blade. The blade come through, and I put that through. Put the fabric on through the hole so it won't cause a bulkiness under your die. It's easy. And I press down just a little and slide this to the side and lift up my leftovers. And later I can come back and cut a couple strips from this. This side here, I can make a block from this, cut it and put it in a pile where I might get a 2-inch block. This fabric is fabric. I don't throw it away. I have some blocks. Where did I put those blocks? I have these blocks that I always forget about. And here they is, right here. Let me pull this down. Okay. I have these blocks that I always forget about. And this was a quilt I had started when I was in Mississippi too that I have not finished yet. Somebody that might have seen me from the beginning, this is the blocks. I have a few cut here, but the ones I'm actually trying to show you all is under this. Let me see, can I lay this back? Okay, I got more than that. I got these panels, flower panels. I even have the book, Noah's Ark book, and this is a crumb block I've been having for a while. I lay it down and I forget about it. Forget about it. I supposed to been finding something to put it with so I could trim it up to go with another item, but okay, these some blocks I got from Tiffany. Y'all remember Tiffany Quilting Life? I supposed to been putting these together. These were some paper pieces she was doing, And you might can see her little signature, but I have not put it in anything yet because I was gonna make some more since I was getting into paper quilting, paper piecing. Okay, these the one here I keep forgetting about. And what I did to make these is they little tiny, tiny, small pieces of fabric. Some of it is small pieces of fabric that I cut out some stabilizer, which is some heat and bond, like, and I took a backing and I ironed it to the heat and bond, and then I cut out the backing into squares, and then I will flip it over and sew. I sewed this way, and then I went sewed this way on it. So I was sewing it to try to keep everything down. These, I did some diagonal stitches and crossways. Um, it kind of reminded me of the log cabin block, but this was a iron on, press down, sew, um, with a backing behind it. Sort of like a what they call that. I can't remember, y'all, but I did the heat and bond on it, and I sewed these down to it. Sort of like if you was paper piecing, foundation piecing. That's what it is, foundation. And I have quite a few of them, and I've been trying to get ready to, I've been working on putting my quilts and stuff together from the blocks and stuff I received from everyone. And I'm still working, and I was going to incorporate some of these. Well, actually, I'm going to incorporate all of these into a quilt. That way, it'll have different blocks, but be coordinated with some of the same stuff. Foundation piece it and sew it down. And I have some more of the heat and bond paper that I got to get back to this project. Or I'm going to have to put it into something else. Lay it up there. Ooh, I left these out. Okay. That'll be fine. I just lay it to the side until I can get done with my live. But I'm so glad everybody could join me. I'm just pleased asking y'all to share my video and let everyone know that the Christmas holiday will be coming up soon. And if they're going to be any kind of way interested in a new carrying sewing kit, I will be building one with a steamer's trunk. And you know they have those about, they kind of tall and they kind of deep. And it'll be space in there for a sewing machine. It's gonna be fabric in there, cutting items. I'm just gonna try to do my best to put as much stuff as I can. Fabrics and threads, and it's gonna be just a beautiful Christmas gift. Beautiful Christmas gift. So I'm just hoping everyone can just join. Be expecting to come in to get, to win the drawing. And it's only one item. But by the time Christmas comes, who knows? I might have another drawing to go with that. So the first prize, second prize, that would be nice. And this also would be good, be helping me to build my audience. And we just learn from one another. Learn from one another. Because I know if I'm sewing and if I have a question, I'm going to ask somebody. I'm not going to just put my project on hold because I don't know the answer. I'm going to do my research first, looking up, Googling, videoing, YouTube. They ain't got it. I might even go over to Skillshare and try it. But yeah, you don't give up. This little thing is the best thing I could have bought. This is money well spent right here. Because on the days I can't hold the scissors, my hand don't want to close like this. All I do is come in here and turn the wheel. Let me check my messages again. Our memoir, Stephanie says, "You are so thoughtful, Ellen. Thank you." She also says, "Ellen, it's so glad to see you without having to wear oxygen and that you are improving health-wise, all during you were thinking of using, and that was so encouraging." Yes, you know, I was really, really sick, y'all. I was terribly sick. That video with me laying in the hospital bed, sick, and was asking about the orphan blocks or your stray blocks, I called them. I be trying to think of the word, but my memory is very short. That's why I tell everybody, if I get upset with you, don't consider that I'm upset with you all the time, because I do not hold that in me. If you mad, that's on you. Because if I apologize and say, I ain't finna let you do so and so to me, I ain't gonna let you do so and so to me. That's just the bottom line. I be through and I be done. Just a minute, y'all. What? Wait a minute. I'm gonna mute just for 1 second. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. My daughter was yelling, and I ain't want to be yelling in y'all ears. But yes, I forget. But when somebody say something or do something, it comes back to me like it just happened. I forgets it, but it'll come back. It don't make me upset or nothing, but it's just the ideal, oh, I remember that. Since I had COVID, I had to ask my daughters, how do I go to Walmart? How do I go to sister somebody's house? And they be like, Mom, you been there before. I be like, yeah, but I can't remember how to get there. And I'm telling them the God honest truth. I can't remember how to get there. I don't know what they call it, but COVID did something to me. And I was telling y'all, when I was in that bed, I was sick. I was so sick. My back was in pain. I was hurting. I couldn't breathe. And when I could breathe, a lot of time when I'm laying in the bed breathing, big charges of masses of cold just come up and cuts my breath off, and I have to get it out some kind of way. And oh, that it's real scary. And then once all of it came out, I finished it up here at home because I came home. I had stayed in the hospital a whole month. And when I came home, I was still sick. I couldn't do for myself. I realized I was in a situation where I can't even walk. I mean, being in the hospital and ICU is different from being at home because in the hospital, your bathroom is only 3 or 4 steps away. When you come home and you got to get up out the bed, walk out the room and go across the hall to the bathroom. And I found the issue that my toilet is sitting too low, and once I get there, seem like I just fall down. I'm out of energy, out of strength, and trying to catch my breath and breathe for oxygen. And I had to learn how to focus on breathe in the nose and blow it out the mouth to keep fresh air coming in. And once I learned how to do that, my breathing started getting better and better and better. And then I have 2 flights of stairs I had to go up and down, up and down. And my first day back home, I had to go up and down the stairs like 3 times. And I'm out of oxygen. But I thank God for this company that supplied my oxygen called Lynn Care here in Indiana. They provide my oxygen, and when I got out the hospitals, they were here at my house. They was here. They put in me an electric oxygen tank, and then they brought me so many carry-along ballers, short ballers, and the tall tanks you roll on the little wheel. I was using them up. I was scared I was going to be gone too long and run out of oxygen, and then I can't breathe. It's a nightmare getting COVID. You really don't want COVID at all. The mess I done been through, all my hair come out my head. Y'all see this little tweaky thing right here? That's all I have left now. I've been thinking about just shaving my head bald because all of it gone. Just shave it bald and start fresh. Let me check my messages. Okay. I agree, Stephanie. Ellen worried me when she was sick. I'm sorry, Mary. I didn't mean to worry you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. I just wanted y'all to understand that COVID was real. And I know a lot of y'all do understand that it is real and it was serious. And if you are feeling good and feeling well and could take the vaccination, I was just trying to warn y'all to please just go get the vaccination. Even right now, I think I have a what they call it, COPD or something. I hope I'm saying that right. But I have some issues still wrong with my lungs because when all of that pneumonia stuff come up out of my lungs, I was left with scar tissues. Um, that is so horrible. Reminds Mary, is this Mary? No, this is Stephanie. Stephanie says, this is so horrible. Reminds me of when my 11-year-old daughter was fighting to breathe and she did not have COVID. Wow, that's serious. I'm sorry that your daughter was sick, Stephanie. I mean, it's a lot of children's been sick, a lot of adults. I know young people that had passed away from this COVID though. The breathing situation for it is just terrible. It's terrible. And I was posting my videos and my pictures of me at my worst, because don't nobody else want to share and show them at their worst, because this is where COVID is going to take you to. It going to take you to your worst. And it is bad. All the time while I'm laying in the hospital, struggling to breathe and survive, I have two daughters that also had COVID at the same time. Two of them. All of us sick, all of us in the hospital. One of them in Mississippi, she's in the hospital. She went to 2 or 3 different hospitals, and she wound up on the ventilator. And I was laying up in the hospital, couldn't go help my baby, couldn't save my baby. All I could do was pray. Lord, forgive me. But all I could do, I'm sitting up here almost about to cry, y'all. That's why I'm saying, Lord, forgive me. But all I could do was pray and ask God to watch over her and take care of her and bring her out of this. She was on the ventilator. We almost lost her. God saw fit to bring her back. And I thank him for that, because she just had a little daughter. She had a newborn baby at home that she couldn't even hold and go see. She had just got home from out the hospital, because that was my purpose of going to Mississippi, was to be with her while she go through having her baby. And she had to go through surgery. And to make it home and had to leave right back out of the house, like 2 days or so after having your baby, because you have COVID. Everybody is wondering now, thinking, trying to see, how did we get COVID? We all sitting in the house. How did we get COVID? So it don't, you got husbands working, you have children want to go outside in the yard playing, and when you look up, they overs in the neighbor's yard. So you have to keep your eye on that, because children can catch COVID and not really get real sick, but they bring it back to you, and now you sick fighting for your life. So I'm sorry to keep talking about COVID too, y'all. I be trying to put that behind me, moving forward, but I love my quilting friends. I love my family. I love my friends. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't warn y'all about it. So back to cutting. Let me check my messages first. Mary said, I agree, Stephanie. Okay. And this is so. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. But yes, COVID is bad. Now, so I don't run nobody away, I'm going to just stop talking about COVID and move on to cutting some more of this beautiful fabric. I don't even have it. Oh, correct. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it. I haven't been to my thrift store in over a month. I try not to go in there too much, because I had it so bad. I used to show up every day. Every day. And I said, you know what? This too much here. I'm looking at the same stuff. They ain't changed. They stock ain't changed. So I had to put that off and start going. By the months, I guess. I don't want to try to cut too much. Let me see what I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 layers here. Let me, I wasn't intending to do that, but I did. That's the only thing would make it stay straight. So I can cut it in stacks like this. Something. I didn't catch that bottom piece, so I'm gonna have to cut and go back. I should have put a pin in it. A pin with a hole. I love to sew and cut and piece quilts and do. My mama just had her a good help around the house when it came to quilting. Um, Stephanie says, I'm home, medically retired. My husband, my hubby, still woke and he is very cautious. I'm sorry, cautious because he want me safe. Yes, yes. When I leave the house now, I have my mask with me. I have my water. I'm under the impression the more water I could drink will kind of flush my system of whatever COVID is doing that causes my hair to fall out. But I have to comb my hair to cover the bald spots. And that's a mess. That's a huge mess. When I see somebody crying, I be crying too. I cut the fabric. Look at there. Yeah, I see somebody crying, I be crying with them. Because I know I love my folks, I love my friends. I received a call this morning, had me crying again. A family member, a cousin, passed away. And ain't much we can do but pray. I mean, prayer do work and it do helps. These don't look like no six. These look like a whole bunch of it. Let me lay these up here. Make sure I don't put more on here than it's supposed to be. That's two, three, four. Huh. Yeah, it was more. Four. This would be five and six. Mhm. Uh, I'm gonna cut a few more of these and then I'm gonna let y'all go because I know y'all don't want to just sit here and look at me all day. I have been seeing some beautiful blocks being posted. Um, I always go back and watch my videos. I go back and watch them because I don't want to miss nobody. Somebody got something to offer or sharing, you know how they putting together a block. I'm gonna watch it. I be seeing some great ideas out there. I've been quilting on my domestic sewing machine, and I got tired, so I took a break. But I have a quilt that I really need to get out. Um, I don't have a long arm quilting frame or nor machine, but my Juki, I use it to quilt with. It's a domestic Juki, not the industry one. Even though the industry kind is for heavy duty sewing, it would make a good machine for quilting as well because you quilting through layers. Oh man, this is making me put this right back up here. Okay. Now I have 6 blocks, 6 full blocks. I always have to check them, but I'm going back anyway and count them. So all of them will be full blocks, I know. But that's all I'm going to do for right now. I'm just sitting here cutting out blocks from material I have. And then I'm going to take a pause. And I have my pattern for the T quilt sew along. I'm going to look that over, read it more than once, and I'm going to wait on the Zoom. I'm going to cut my fabric as we go. So I have it out here. I'm going to put it in something special. I have I'm thinking some type of sheet bag that, the little zipper bag, clear vinyl thing. I want to put it in all into there so I keep all the fabrics together, because I think she said it was a total of 6 yards, and I already have 6 yards with these 3 here. This is 6 yards here, and I have a few fat quarters, and I want to put all of it together. That way, if I make a mistake, I have some extra fabric to work with. Let me check my messages, please. Oh my God. She's talking. Mary's talking to someone. Um. Okay. Now I have more than 6 again. I guess I can go and cut these here. Then I'm gonna take a break. I'm going upstairs. I'm gonna go upstairs and eat something. Finish my salad, I guess. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very important to not go over that 6, the 6 layers. I guess if I had been listening and warned, I wouldn't have damaged my blade. I'm gonna go on and get through with these because I know this not 100. Whoa, let's try that again. Something about this fabric I just like. Let me tell y'all what's going on. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but as it going through the blade, I can hear it making this noise, like you can hear it cutting. It going like shh. It making this shh, like it's cutting the blade, and I'm like, I'm having fun with it, y'all. That really funny to me. I'm cutting and listening at it cut. I have some more kind of flower fabric like this over there with some burgundy in it. I wonder how would this look. But I have blue on blue. I think I'm gonna stay blue on blue and take that and I don't know, add something with it. Some pink or blue or something. These is a lot of cuts. Let's see. This may be about maybe 50 cuts. I'm gonna take me a break here, y'all, and I'll come back to it a little later. Let me see. Check my messages here. I have so much fabric I got to cut. This blue jean here, supposed to been doing a blue jean quilt, and I haven't did it yet. And I like heavy quilts. I like making heavy quilts. I like sleeping under a heavy quilt. I can remember my mom used to make heavy quilts, and we had so much fun sitting in the house doing constructive things like sewing and shelling peas or butter beans or going through the okra and picking out the good ones and the hard ones, separating them so they can be washed and pre-boiled and bagged up and put in the freezer. I mean, it was so much to do. It was so much to do. And it was fun. It was fun. I mean, the work got done. We would sit, we would laugh, we would talk, we would snack. And back then, we had popcorn that you grow it. You grow popcorn in your garden. And we would just go pull the corn off the stalk and take it home. Pull it off the stalk, take the husk off of it, the leaves and stuff, and just put it in a bag. Because back then, my mom used to make these burlap bags. We have the nice size burlap bag, and we would just pull the corn and shell it in the field and put the corn in the burlap bag. When we get home, we would take the corn out, wash it, let it dry out, and then put it back in a clean bag. Ooh. And that's how we would spend the winter snacking on popcorn and eating different stuff you had to cook. Oh, y'all excuse me here. I'm wasting stuff, making a mess while I'm trying to straighten stuff up. But let me check my message here a minute. Okay, Mary's talking to someone. Yeah, but I just love those back in the days times and moments because the people that were surrounding you, they were so real. Your neighbors would literally walk to come help you to do a certain item, as if you was harvesting something, or if you was killing a hog, they would come help you kill the hog and process the meat. And it was just different things. And as a grown woman today, I had a neighbor that had that would grow. He was a farmer, but he would grow fields of peas, and they was the purple hub peas, and I loved me some purple hub peas. And we would go help him to pick the peas. Pick the peas, me and all my family, me, my daughters, my husband, well, my late husband now, but we would all go pick peas because where I was living was out in the country. And out in the country, you have to make your own thing to do. So if we didn't have anything really to do and we was all rested up, it was like, okay, let's go do this. And if he gonna give us anything, we could take that little money and just give it to the kids and they can do what they want with it or get something to eat. What if they want to eat out for the day? So they decided we'll do that and give it to the kids, and they'll decide they want to eat out. And the first thing they holler about is Pizza Hut. And I was like, okay, we going to Pizza Hut, I guess. And that was a few days they chose chicken places and stuff, but Pizza Hut had a big deal to do back then. But it was nice. I enjoyed making memories with my children, with my husband. I enjoyed those memories with my neighbors and friends. I enjoy that. So I guess I'm kind of sensitive. That's why I was telling y'all and warning y'all about the issue. So I can't press anyone into taking the vaccine for COVID, but I highly recommend if you can get it, get it. Because it will save your life if you was to contact COVID. And if you have not been vaccinated, you're running a risk of dying. But once you are vaccinated, you're running a risk of being sick, but you will get over it. So, my best wishes to each and every one of y'all. Do share my video, y'all, because we got to get this Christmas thing going. I want it to be great. I think I'm gonna take my time and design this trunk because I want to add casters on it for people that travels and use the bus to travel, like Greyhound or wherever. They can travel with their sewing box and they can have their projects in the box and they thread and sewing machine and extra fabric and cutting mat and cutting tools. I mean, that's just something major you just gotta have. And once I design this one and fix this one up, I ain't gonna stop there. I'm not gonna stop there. I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna make more and more and more. So thank y'all for watching. Do give me the thumbs up, you all. Hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And we will have nice chats together. When I go live, you'll be notified. Uh okay, good day, y'all. Have a blessed day. This will be the end. Yes. Okay.